Hello everybody and welcome to Astra Lost in Space Episode 1 anime review. Didn't know it was 45 minutes this episode, that caught me off guard, but it was good, so I'm fine with it. Welcome to the summer anime season, this season where I may die from the amount of stuff I'm going to be watching. But yeah, this show, I'm going to talk more about it as I go through it, but from just early, it has potential, but it could go horribly wrong, and I'm hoping it goes perfectly right and not horribly wrong. Let's get on with the episode, and then I'll kind of do a little wrap up at the beginning. Wrap up of what I think so far. That's a good way of doing it, yeah. Let's get on with the episode. So we begin the episode with Pink Girl. That is her name. I actually did learn it, but we'll get that later. I didn't know it at this point. Pink Girl, she's lost in space. Get it? It's the name of the show. Then there's a bright light she sees, and then there's someone coming to get her, which I think that was used in the trailer. I did watch the trailer. I think that was used then. You know, he's like reaching out to her. He's got spiky anime hair, so it's like that's probably main character. I'm not going to say I'm right, but I'm pretty right. What happens next? Then we have a little bit of a flashback. Go back. It's like a day previously. She's in her apartment and with her mum or whatever. And she's packing for a trip, a school trip. I wrote it down. It was a space camp, so like just a camp, you know, for school, like just a camp, but to space, which seems, no matter how much in the future you are, that seems very unsafe. Especially that this camp is the most unsafe thing I've ever heard of. The thing they're doing, it was like, let's take 8, 9 kids, stick them on a planet for 5 days by themselves and see what happens. I'm surprised they've never had a pregnancy or like a death. Because if they had either of them things, they'd have to stop doing it. I mean, I don't know. This could be there's an old woman. So no, it's been going on for a while. How has that never happened? Come on. I mean, I guess the random. No, I'm crazy. Crazy school life. It's crazy school life. Following that, though, she arrives at the airport. Spaceport. Spaceport makes more sense because it's like an airport, but for spaceships. She runs into an old woman, or she like hurls her bag at an old woman or something. And the old woman's like, "You're going on the space camp? I went on the space camp once. It was fun." And that was... Thanks, old woman. What else happened? Her bag gets nicked by a robber. Like I said, it was a long episode. I'm relying on my notes a lot. A thief comes, steals her bag, and she's like, "Oh no, what should I do?" Thief gets chased down by a guy. I wonder if he's going to be a recurring... Yeah, I mean, you could tell, couldn't you? He had the little scar thing on his nose. But, yeah. Gets her bag back, he's all friendly in that. Then he gets arrested because the security robots determined he was the bigger threat because he KO'd the guy with a super kick. I forgot what he called it. Like I said, in this long episode, I don't remember. I should have wrote it down, but I didn't. Yeah. So then he gets arrested, grabbed and taken away. She's like, "Oh, well, I guess I'll go to my class. To my school trip class, because it's not your actual class. They just pick people at random. The school needs to be shut down for its bad ideas." We then follow a small child. I don't remember her name. I remembered the main two's characters' names, and everyone else I'll learn, you know, it's early days, I'll learn their names. So we have a little girl. She goes to where the rest of the squad is. I've just put the squad. They're not quite the squad yet, they're just people, the class, the field trip squad. I said squad again. Yeah, they're all there. Then Pink Girl shows up and introduces herself, and then the teacher basically explains what the planet camp is like. "Okay, here's what's going to happen. We'll leave you on the building. Messed up my words already. Leave you on the planet, 5 days. Figure it out, basically." And just, it's outrageous. Think about your teacher at school. Imagine your school doing that to you. First off, yes, I know it sounds great. But second, it would also never happen. Like, they would never get approval for it. But, ugh. Up next, oh wait, no, we're not. They're missing a guy. They're missing a member. Like I said, it's a long episode. They're missing one more member of the group. Who could it be? It's the guy who got arrested. I want to say I was surprised, but we all saw that coming. He has spiky hair. Spiky anime hair means protagonist. Most of the time. That's what I think anyway. So they're all on the spaceship now, and they're not exactly getting along. I wouldn't say they're just kind of not talking, most of them. They're just like, yeah, whatever, I'm going to do my own thing. The spaceship leaves. The really good CG spaceship, 10 out of 10 best CG. They should just show the C. No, we all know how bad anime CG is, but I'm not going to complain about it. It's not even worth complaining about at this point. Spaceship takes off. They enter the hyperspeed, like in Star Wars, where they pull the hyperspeed, the thing, you know, they turn it and then I know what I'm talking about. Yeah, and then the dude is called Kanata, or Kanata, Kanata, Kanata. That's how I'm going to say it. I'm sure people are going to tell me I'm wrong. But yeah, he's the main guy. Pulls out a picture of his sensei, and we have a flashback of said sensei, basically telling him, do what you enjoy doing, and not what you're good at. Or he just says, don't let your life be decided for you, do what you enjoy doing, because you'll be happier that way. Which is good advice. Then he and Aries, R-E-A? I think he says like R-E-A, but it's spelled like Aries, so I'm going to say R-E-A. They have some tea, and they have a little chat in that. She has some frozen oranges, or tangerines, or not mangoes, they're different. Tangerines are also different. What are they called? Brain. I forgot what they're called. They're like oranges. They have some of them. He basically says, I'm going to be a space explorer when I grow up. And I'm like, that's a good goal. I feel like you're going to do a lot of space exploring in the show, so you won't want to be a space explorer because you're going to be fed up of it. But yeah, then he tells the story. He's like, yeah, my sensei died in an accident, so basically I've got his dream now. And I'm like, okay, sensei died, that's pretty not good, you know. But inheriting dreams, that's better. So it's good to have dreams. Nothing wrong with inheriting dreams. A wise man once said. I don't know who it was, but I'm going to say it was a wise man. Yeah, so that's where at the moment they're all on the spaceship. They're arriving at their destination shortly. Just sleep for 8 hours on the plane, and you know, you'll get there soon. They arrive at the planet, and then the spaceship leaves. Literally, it doesn't even like make sure they get to the space hotel, or the campsite, whatever. They just like deal with it, figure it out. It doesn't look like there's a lot of stuff on that planet either. Like there's no food. I didn't see. It was like, man, crazy they just left them there. And then Kanata's shoe blows up because he's got gravity boots, or zero gravity boots, and he damaged it with a kick or something. And then like they just turn to the right slightly, and there's a giant orb thing. Like I don't know how to describe it, and how they didn't see it immediately because it's massive. But yeah, then one of them dicks about with it. She's like, look, it's just a little thing, haha. Then they all get absorbed into it, and before we get to the space bit, we have a flashback of Kanata's sensei dying. He was helped another student off a cliff, and he fell down the cliff, and they were Lion Kinging. He was like, no, let me go. All of you need to escape. I'll sacrifice myself. They could have pulled him up, really. He didn't have to die. But what do I know? Yeah, this is literally just a little bit. The planet stuff was weird because that orb was definitely right in front of them. What I thought his shoe exploding was going to come into more play, but it didn't. What else? The school are idiots. Like I don't know how you can't blame them for this. Like, we'll get there. We'll get there because someone said something that I was also thinking, and if it was, then blimmin' hell, that was stupid decision by this school. So Kanata, right? He's lost in space. It's the name of the show. But yeah, he's lost in space. Everyone else is around. The luggage is flying around. A good thing that got brought in with them. They see a nearby spaceship. They grab some luggage as they go and a jet boost towards it. Get in the spaceship. They're like, oh no. There's only 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna say 8. I'm gonna say there's 9 of them total. There's only 8 of us in this ship. We're missing one. They look out the window. They squint a little bit like this. They're like, oh, she's right over there. It's Aria, obviously. Pink hair. It's the scene from the beginning. She's pretty far away. He finds like a winch, Kanata? A winch. It's kind of like, yeah, it's like a winch. You just attach it to yourself, attach it to the ship, and then you can just go. That was a good plan. It was a good plan, but as they go, one of them was like really good at giving instructions. I wrote this down because I thought it was interesting. One of them was like, 7 o'clock, 1.7 boost. He was giving very specific instructions, and I was like, okay. How does one time out 1.7 like exactly in a But he gets to her or gets near her, but then he runs out of wire because that's just typical, isn't it? So he unhooks himself, grabs her, and then he's got to like project. He's like got to angle it correctly, just jet, and then slowly they got to tumble towards the ship. However, different one, figures out they're going to miss. They haven't got enough air. Trajectory. It's wrong. The trajectory's wrong essentially. So the others have a good plan. They dangle out the ship while holding hands, so they're connected still, and they manage to grab them. They grab them and get them inside the ship. Everyone's been rescued. Crisis averted. That school is not getting sued yet. Well, I mean, it's going to get sued, but not for death at the moment. Although the parents and everything still think they're dead probably, so the school is going to get sued. Can you get unsued? Like, if you thought they were dead, but then you sue the school, get the money or whatever, and then they come back alive, do you have to give the money back or do you get to keep it? I have no idea. I'm not a law student. If you know, tell me. I'm more than interested. Final section now, which I'm going to call the what the hell are we going to do section, because that's basically what it was. So they're all reconvened on the ship. The smart one, whose name I have not written down, as I said, has deduced that's not the planet we were on. That's a completely different planet. We're like 5,000 light years away from where we were, where we're meant to be. There's very little chance of rescue, because would you not give them like a tracking device or something so you can find them in case they get lost? Is that not something you'd do if you're going to leave them by themselves? Am I the only one that's clever? This school's stupid. This school deserves to be shut down. But yeah, little chance of rescue. This is the one that interested me. One of them is like, it's deliberate, right? They've done this, it's a test for us. There's just a ship that just happened to be there. Everything we needed to save everyone just happened to be around. It's obviously a test from the school. And I'm like, that's what I was thinking, because it's ridiculous. But no, the school are just idiots, it seems like, because they point out it's way too dangerous. We would have died if we hadn't had our helmets on, which is true. So either school are idiots and didn't realise they might die, school are evil and are okay with them dying, or the school are idiots because they didn't figure out something could go wrong and didn't have any contingency plans. Like, anger. But then, the guy with glasses, again, didn't write his name down, Zach. His name's Zach, I remember. I didn't write it down, I just remembered. He has a spaceship license. They're like, hooray, we're saved, we're going to get home, it's going to be great, we're going to have a barbecue. Look at the good stuff, I want a barbecue, it's really hot. But then he's like, no, we don't have enough supplies to get home. We've got about 3 days worth of supplies. It's going to take like 30 days to get home to Earth. And they're all like, okay, who wants to... So one of them can get home, just eat the other people. That's disgusting. I didn't even feel alright saying that. So no, they're all going to survive. Kanata has an idea. He says, first of all he tells them, this is my mountain trip where my sensei died. It's a big old incident. We managed to survive by sticking together. Yeah, so let's do that again. Then they all introduce themselves, and like I said, I haven't wrote down all their names. I should have done that, my bad. Then Kanata says, alright, here's a plan. Find a planet that's got food and water on it so we can resupply so we can get back to Earth. And if they keep doing that, they like loop, one planet gets stuff, another one on that planet, another one over there. They can get home pretty safe. They map it out, find a route to get home while getting all the stuff they need. Found one. He's been appointed, I didn't mention this at all, he's been wanting to be captain. Then they all appoint him captain, kind of just how it happens, not like a vote or nothing. They just all kind of independently decide of it. And he's like, no, I can't do that. But he is the captain. Then they named the ship, it's called the Astra because there was some Latin, I think it's Latin, on a plate. I don't know what to describe it. And then they set off to find the first planet, and that's where the first episode ended. Okay, now that I've got the absolute mouthful for that last section, this has been good. For an episode ones are always kind of like, okay, no, actually, before that, let's just address this. What was up with the widescreening, or like the letterboxing? What was up with that? Because it was annoying. It was like, it, I didn't see. It was sometimes normal and then sometimes letterboxed, and I didn't figure out the why it did it. Might have been when they were in space they full screen, and then letterboxed for when they weren't. But it was weird, and it was annoying, and it reminded me of Transformers, the live action Michael Bay movies. One of them did that, the dinosaur one, not the dinosaur one, the medieval one. That did that, and that was annoying. I hope they don't. I mean, the letterboxing is unnecessary. I know why it does it, because it does look more cinematic, but it's kind of annoying because I like full screens, you know. Yeah, but the actual episode itself, I'm enjoying it. The characters, they're likable enough at the moment, although it's early days. Even the ones that are like bitchier, for lack of a better word, I'm sure they'll get better. And I think this series is going to live and die by its characters, because, I mean, the plot is go to, like, it's not, they're not going to fight aliens or nothing, right? They're going to go to planets, they're going to find food and stuff, and they're going to, that's essentially the plot, just go to planets, get things. So it's going to be mostly about how they interact with each other and stuff, and their problems and stuff like that, and conflicts that arise within. So hopefully it's done well. Like, I'm optimistic. I'm a positive person here. That's what I do. But you know, I've been burned before. But it looks promising. It looks promising. So hopefully it all works out well. Thank you for watching this video. Subscribe and stuff. I'm here every week, or I will be here every week, unless something happens. That'll, you know, I should let people know. I have a Twitter that I never use, so follow me there if you want. Subscribe for more reviews and stuff. I'm doing loads in the summer. It's going to kill me. I'll see you next time, guys. Bye, guys.